The summer of 1965, a time to remember. It was the summer of 1965, and the sun seemed to shine just a little brighter. The days were long, stretching lazily into golden evenings, and the air was thick with the sweet scent of freshly cut grass and blooming roses. For those of us growing up in the 60s, it felt like the world was on the verge of something great, a time when change was happening all around us, and yet, life still had that simple, unhurried rhythm. Back then, the TV wasn't something we carried in our pockets. It was a big, bulky box that sat proudly in the living room. The family gathered around it at night, the only real time of day we were all together. The Avengers was our weekly escape, and we all tried to guess what the next thrilling episode would bring. Who could forget Diana Rigg's brilliant portrayal of Emma Peel, or Patrick Macnee's dry, "What is John Steed?" We would talk about it at school or work the next day, arguing over the latest twist or most daring stunts. But television wasn't the only magic of summer. Every evening, after dinner, the neighborhood kids would gather in the street, their laughter echoing off the brick walls. It wasn't like today, where we're glued to screens indoors. No, we were outside, playing games like tag or cricket, making up adventures, and racing up and down the street until the streetlights came on. The smell of a nearby barbecue would remind us that it was time to head home for the night. And then there were the radio dramas. Oh, how we loved those! Shows like The Archers, Journey into Space, and The Goon Show filled our living rooms with characters and stories that felt as real as the world outside. We didn't have endless options of channels, so when a new episode aired, it was an event. The family would huddle around the radio, silencing all chatter, as the voices from the speaker wove their tales. Sometimes, we'd even pretend to be characters from the show, reenacting the drama after it finished, our imaginations running wild. On weekends, we'd head to the local cinema. The big screen was a world of its own, larger than life, filled with adventure, romance, and heroes who always triumphed. The sound of the projector whirring as the lights dimmed still fills my ears when I think back. Whether it was a black and white movie or one of the first Technicolor films, there was something magical about that experience, a shared experience. We didn't just watch a movie, we lived it. Those summers were special in ways that are hard to put into words now. It wasn't just the shows or the games, it was the sense of belonging, of being part of something larger than yourself. The world felt smaller then, more connected. And even though we didn't have all the modern conveniences we have today, there was a warmth to those moments that I still carry with me. As the years go by and technology changes faster than we can keep up with, I often think back to those simpler days. And in those moments, when I catch a glimpse of an old TV show or hear a familiar song from the past, I can almost feel the warmth of that summer breeze and hear the laughter of the kids in the street once again. Those were the days, weren't they?